Observation collapses those possibilities into a physical reality. Then manifestation is all about changing our thoughts and feelings into an elevated thought and feeling. Setting clear goals is about reprogramming those limiting beliefs and then practicing them regularly in our meditations and then manifest whatever that we want.
Recently, after attending this first 40 days session, in that manifestation also, we set a goal for the spiritual agriculture. And soon after 3 days of our manifestation, we are able to achieve that, and we started the spiritual agriculture also.
I was working in a startup at that point of time. I really felt that the life is out of balance. So I thought I need to manifest another proper job. Then I wrote out all the things what I would like to have in my new job. Like I would like to have this much salary. I would like to this only 15 to 20 minutes away from my place, and a lot of flexibility, and then perfect environment, and then so much of free time to do my service activities. Just a month, whatever I wrote on the paper just got manifested, and I got landed up in my current company where I'm working right now.
Recently, I've completed my 12th standard, and now I have got selected for Azim Premji University in Bangalore. I could say that this is completely manifestation that has worked for me.
The passion has to be so alive, the vision has to be so alive in us that we just leave the when, how much, and why to the universe. Let it happen.
Meditation plus visualization is equal to manifestation. Only visualization without meditation will not manifest. The more you do meditation, the better your visualization will be, and the better your visualization, the better your manifestation will be.
Happy afternoon, everybody. Great morning to those from West, particularly from America. You're joining on your long weekend, Independence Day long weekend. Wonderful. Welcome to this 3-day program on understanding the science of creation, the fundamental principles behind how things are getting created, and how we can take a specific goal, a specific dream that we always been wanting to manifest into our lives, and then understand the process. By the time you finish these 3 sessions, the expectation or the understanding is that you will go away with a specific idea of how, for any goal that you take up, for any project you take up, for anything that you want to have, that you have a way to set the goal, you have a way to visualize and dream about, and then make it happen. In Midwestern America, there is an old man, otherwise a very healthy man. Suddenly started, a healthy man otherwise, suddenly started losing weight, lost appetite, stopped eating. 2 weeks are over, 3 weeks are over, so he's not eating, he's losing weight. So they take him to the doctor, they check up, nothing comes out. So they try a second time and a third time, but the doctor could not diagnose anything wrong with his system and body. So they didn't understand what's going on. So the doctor, was an intelligent doctor, was trying to understand what's wrong with the patient. What has caused him to stop eating and think that his days are numbered. He's also thinking that his days are numbered. He stops eating and he feels here there is no appetite, and then withdraws himself. So the family members, when he was talking to them on a second or third visit, the family members tell him that yes, he went and met that priest one day. And I think after that, we believe that he's completely lost his appetite and then not eating. So the doctor is aware of some aspects in that area. This is Midwestern America, everywhere. It is there all over the world. So he goes and confronts the priest one night. What did you do to this man? And upon insistence, the priest gives up and then actually tells him what has happened. So the next day, doctor comes back to hospital and says, calls the family and says, please bring that old man, bring him. Let's say his name is Gary. So please bring Gary. So I know what's exactly happening to him. Tomorrow we're going to solve his problem. So they bring Gary to hospital. They admit him, and the doctor gives him gives him tells him that, hey, I know what's the problem. So there is some issue here. I'm going to operate. So he gives him a little bit of anesthesia. So he just fakely he gives him anesthesia. So he lies down unconscious for some time. And before he wakes up, he gives him an injection to vomit to causes that vomiting sensation, nauseatic condition. So he gives him an injection that causes nauseatic sensations before he wakes up. He knows that no, because when you give anesthesia, you know that it's gonna last for a few hours. So when he wakes up, he gives that injection, and then he is there by his side. And this patient, Gary, goes to the wash basin to vomit. And when he's vomiting, this doctor quietly, while he's vomiting, the Gary is vomiting, quietly takes out a lizard from his pocket and then puts it into this wash basin as if Gary has actually vomited a lizard from his mouth, from his stomach. So he takes out a lizard. At about the same time, this patient, Gary, is vomiting. So he puts the lizard into the wash basin to make him believe that actually Gary vomited the lizard. What has happened is that Gary is under serious placebo effect. He was under serious placebo effect. He believed. He believed from this authority of priest. When the priest meets him, they had an altercation on something. And so priest takes him to the cemetery. The priest takes Gary to cemetery one day, and then there he takes lizard eggs and then applies on Gary's skin and says, you know what, in under 2 weeks or 3 weeks, these lizard eggs will go into your body and they're going to grow lizard and then they're going to eat you up and then you're going to die. This is exactly the word the priest tells Gary. And then being very orthodox, so he believed in all of that. And so the next day onwards, he believed so much that he literally thinks that no, the lizards are growing inside. So he believed so much that he stops eating and then he starts counting his days. So doctor understood this, that Gary is under this serious beliefs. The only way to bring him out is that as if he actually omitted all the lizards that are there. So he omits the lizard and then next day, that day itself, then he comes out of it and then he feels a relief. And then he eats as if he never eaten for those last 2 weeks. And then within a month, he gains his health completely. Within a month, he gains his health completely. Placebo effect is working all the time, that our beliefs create reality. Our thoughts and feelings are creating our outer reality all the time. Some of you who have been part of this abundance program and are the past programs, we have gone through a manifestation week where we understood some of these principles of our thoughts and feelings create a reality. The more we believe in something, the more we're able to create it outer, into the body or externally. There is this famous story about Jim Carrey, one of the all-time great Hollywood artists, who manifests who manifests a certain amount of money just with believing that it is happening for him. Like this old man believed that is happening for him, so automatically caused a level of body condition to not being able to eat and then completely lose his health just because he believed it's happening to him. So in the same case, positively, Jim Carrey believed that is happening to him and actually creates a reality of abundance of wealth just with a regular understanding and belief that it is happening to him. He would think about it, he actually feel about it. Let's look at this simple short video. Is always
Okay. Obviously you knew somewhere inside yourself that you were destined to be famous, because I think it's really a marvelous thing, that visualization thing you did. Do y'all read about this or hear this? That you used to go up on Mulholland Drive and park
every night
and visualize seeing yourself as...
Yeah, I would visualize,
This is when you were broke and poor.
Right, having directors interested in me and people that I respected saying, I like your work or whatever that is. And I would visualize things coming to me that I wanted or whatever.
This was in like 1987, 85?
Yeah. And I had nothing at that time, so it was like, but it just made me feel better. It made me, at that time, all it really was for me was kind of making me feel better. I would drive home and think, well, I do have these things, and they're out there. I just don't have a hold of them yet, but they're out there.
Okay, so you would get this from what, self-help books or whatever?
Yeah, self-help section.
Self-help section.
They've renamed it the Jim Carrey wing.
So didn't you write yourself a check? I heard that you did. Is that true?
I wrote myself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, and I gave myself 5 years, or 3 years maybe, and I dated it Thanksgiving 1995, and I put it in my wallet, and I kept it there, and it deteriorated and stuff, but then just before Thanksgiving 1995, I found out that I was going to make $10 million on, I think it was Dumb and Dumber, maybe.
Dumb and Dumber, yeah. So you visualize yourself like... Visualization works if you work hard.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing. You can't just visualize and then, go eat a sandwich.
I love that. That was such a powerful moment.
So that was talking about somebody believing that it is happening to him, that he is creating a lot of wealth. And he even wrote a check for himself a few years ahead of the event, and he was visualizing a dream about as if it's happening for him, never questioning, never doubting that it's not happening. The placebo effect is always working. When you visualize and dream about something as if it's happening for, it's always working. Our thoughts and feelings create our reality. Every time our thoughts and feelings are always creating our reality. And of course, everybody else is playing into it, but then the more we energize ourselves and the more crystal clearly, the more clearer our thought is and the more higher our feeling is, and they're always clear in the reality. So we'll explore this principle, dear friends. It's also called the placebo effect. If you became the placebo for anything, then you can create wonders. That's what this book about from Dr. Joe Dispenza, You Are the Placebo. That book is about you are the placebo. If you became a placebo, then there isn't anything that you can't do. There isn't anything that you can't create. So many famous people have talked about this, that our thoughts create our reality. Many of them said it. It's not just one or two. How many people have watched this movie called The Secret or read the book called The Secret? You can say yes in the chat if you have done it. So Secret mentions, there are several interviews by several people who utilize this principle. It's also called law of attraction, creation principle, manifestation, many ways, many different names it is given. But ultimately, it's all about our thoughts and feelings create a reality. So where you place your thought, what kind of thoughts you have, what kind of feelings you have, and that's all it is. If you can change your thought, change your feeling, then you're altering your reality, altering your future. You're creating a different future. Let me show you some of the famous people who have said that thoughts and feelings create a reality. This is important. That the reason I wanted to bring this up is that it has to be so much ingrained in this program that for us to have any result, last thing that we have is a doubt about a thoughts create a reality. A man is but a product of his thoughts. What he thinks he becomes. Mahatma Gandhi. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, giving birth to evolution. That's Albert Einstein. Imagination is talking about having, elevated thought. You imagine about something that you feel really good or something that you want to have, right? Imagination, Albert Einstein. If you think you can do a thing or think you can't do a thing, you're still right. It's really in your mind, is what Henry Ford is saying. Very successful businessman as well as a spiritualist, philosophist. Napoleon said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Napoleon Hill. Walt Disney, if you can dream it, you can do it. The most creative person created wonders, right? The man-made wonders. And to go into the world, Disneyland, Disney Worlds, there's an amazing amount of creativity comes out there. If you can dream it, you can do it. Dreaming. Buddha, what you dwell upon, you become. What you think, what you constantly contemplate upon is what you become. Gautama Buddha. Adi Shankaracharya, Hindu mystic. Whatever a person's mind dwells on intensely and with firm resolve, that's exactly what he or she becomes. A person's mind dwells on intensely and with firm resolve. Esther Higgs, again, the one very famous for law of attraction, is talking about, she's written amazing set of books on the soul manifestation and must be read by her books about how you can elevate yourself with thought and feeling to be creating your reality. Anything that you give your attention to will become your truth. So you manifest it. Anything you give your attention to, simple. Attention is your thought and feeling. There's no exception. Van Dyer, one of the spiritual masters most recently, is saying, you see it when you believe it. You see it means he's saying physically, you will see it when you actually believe that it is true. Bruce Lipton, even more modern, is talking about your thoughts shape your reality. That bioscientist, a stem cell biologist. And then Dr. Joe Dispenza. Your personality creates your personal reality, and personality is made up of how you act, think, and how you feel. Personality is your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. Personality creates personal reality. So, dear friends, everybody have said this, that our thoughts create reality. That there be no doubt about this. Spiritual science, the way we understand spiritual science, Let me put this up. Spiritual science, the way we understand, is saying that we're not the body, we are consciousness divine. We have infinite divine power in us. A one-pointed mind helps us to realize this divine power and create things. This is what we have understood. Yad bhavam tad bhavati. So we are this aham brahmasmi, we are this divine. And there is this innate infinite power in us. And our bhavam, yad bhavam tad bhavati. So when we go into a one-pointed mind, like what Adi Shankaracharya said, or Gautama Buddha said, what you dwell upon, you become. With firm resolve, what you dwell upon is what you create, is what Adi Shankaracharya said. That's what Patanjali said from his yoga, Patanjali Yoga, about meditation. So we are constantly creating. When we become a single-pointed mind, and it helps us to realize that power, and then we create things because we have this infinite power. We create things. Now, quantum physics can be explaining the same principles. If you draw the parallelism, spiritual science said we're not the body, we are the consciousness, we are the divine, we are the soul, whatever that word, right? Whereas in quantum physics is saying we are tiny matter, we have more energy. We are tiny matter, we have more energy. Spiritual science said we have that infinite divine power, aham brahmasmi. Tattvamasi, that is you. We have that infinite power in us. Whereas quantum physics saying we are unlimited possibilities and potential. Now, this research of quantum physics, which is talking about all existence as it's very little matter, is all full of energy, and there's unlimited possibilities and potential. The third one in quantum physics saying in spiritual science said our one-pointed mind, when you focus on, when you have an intent strongly on something, that in one-pointed mind can help us realize this power, that when we can get into access this power, and then we create things. Whereas quantum physics is saying simply our observation manifests the possibility. First, there are the infinite possibilities, and then it is saying that our observation manifests the possibilities. So, dear friends, we're going to dwell upon this little deeper. So we will have 3 sessions. We'll have 3 sessions. So this session, we're going to understand the principles. The 3 sessions, we're going to understand the principles about little more detail. It'll be a refresh for some of you attended this 1 week, right? It'll be a refresher for 1 week where manifest technique attended. Anybody new? Of course, it's going to be new. I'm going to be going a little faster because it assumes a certain level of understanding about meditation and some of these concepts. But sure, you can. I'm sure anybody new can follow to a great extent, and you can always access these lectures, and then you can revise it. But let's just stay in through this. So there are 3 sessions. Today's session is understanding the whole science. If the thoughts and feelings create reality, so let's establish that model as a recap and then do meditation. Then tomorrow is we're going to go into how we change our thoughts with the details about how we set goals, practical. Day after tomorrow, we go into there's something called limiting beliefs. We go into the practical stuff and understanding those limiting beliefs for your goals, and then doing practicals to identify and then reset those limiting beliefs. These are 3 days are going to be. These are 3 days are going to be. Let me share a couple of slides to take you through. So we are covering in this session for 3 hours with meditation, placebo effect, quantum physics model of creation, and we will understand neuroscience model of brain power, belief formations, and then we'll go through a meditation. Tomorrow we're going to do goals, vision board, visualization process, all of that, and then day after tomorrow is reprogramming beliefs. So the placebo effect, we create our reality through our thoughts and feelings and environment, is what I just talked about, the story of this old man who could believe to almost nearly kill himself, but then he came out when the doctor understood, right, by exactly doing the opposite. There are many, many experiments. The placebo effect is called something that you believe, something that's fake, but if you, whatever you believe can make things happen. It is pretty commonly used in medical industry to create drugs, to create pills, tablets. So they commonly use a placebo pill or a fake pill along with a real pill. So a group of people are given fake pill, a group of people are given a real pill, and the expectation, the authorities expect that the real pill must at least perform as much as the fake pill is able to give results. Because even the fake pill, when people are given by a doctor and said, this is the real pill, take it, and then they often this is also giving significant amount of healing and benefit. So this is very commonly used in medical industry. Unfortunate that they're not using the same principle on the patients directly. They use that to actually create medicine, but they don't use it actually to help patients recover without necessarily giving drugs, right? But that's a different story. So similar to that, Harvard research is again on the scientific evidence. There's a lot of evidence there. A lot of evidence these days about this. So this is Harvard research that's happened on senior citizens. After just a week of staying in a resort that is decorated as if it is 20 years older in time, that means younger in time. So people who were there now suddenly felt 20 years younger. So they became very active, energetic. They gained age. They felt they're much more energetic. They're doing many things that they were doing 20 years younger in their lives, right? Just by staying for 1 week and believing that the environment sort of changed the trigger, the environment where they lived in, the TV, the program, the food habits, the dressing style, all that is different in the resort for a week. So all it took was that 1 week, if you change your environment and your thought that you are younger, then they're able to actually gain a lot of things. Chicks, small newborn chicks are able to, because they have this power that they are constantly are accessing. They have a power of everything is consciousness, everything is power. So the chicks, when they're born, there's an experiment how they can even move robotic needles towards them just with their thought power. Everything is a belief. Belief and thought is generating an energy field. An energy field is influencing things around us. And so our belief and thought can influence our body, our health. Our belief and thought can influence the energy field to produce things. So the chicks experimentation is something even more. I'll come back to that. World War II saline injection. So there is a story where how a nurse is able to give a fake injection as if telling them that it is that pain control medicine, and the doctors could able to do operations without necessarily giving them that actual pain control medicine, right? So this is a very famous story. There are many more stories that are talking about this placebo effect, where what you believe is what you create. People today with meditation, they're able to change alter the beliefs. Many youngsters are able to alter the belief that it's a tough market. The moment they drop the belief, they're able to find the jobs. The moment you drop the belief that it's a tough market, they immediately find a job. Just recently, one of our architect's daughter, she made that. She just dropped the belief that it is a tough market, and automatically she was able to attract the job that she wanted. People gaining eyesight, just because they dropped that belief that doctors have told again and again that you're losing eyesight, you got to lose eyesight because you've got this, that glaucoma issue is there. So it is going to bound to make you lose your eyesight. But then when that belief is dropped, when you actually change your belief to alter your belief, then automatically this person is able to gain eyesight. I myself had a belief because when I was living in the United States in the 90s, where my ears used to get blocked and then give enormous amount of pain every time I flew in or every time I drove up to mountains. You gain height where there is a pressure difference. But for me, that pain used to stay and then now it used to get released. And so it used to become an intense pain. So I believed, so several of the doctors there mentioned that, you got to take medication lifelong because you can't treat this. So I kept believing it became worse. But then after coming into the meditation, when I understood thoughts, feelings create reality, then I slowly changed that belief to something different. And then in 4 months later, to my great surprise, 99.99% of this is healed for me. No longer when I fly, I grow up, that my ears get blocked. If I think about it and say, oh, now I'm going up, so you're going to get blocked, they do. When I don't bother about it, I don't. I verify for myself because if I sleep, where there's no such beliefs and there's never a problem, when I'm awake and then when I think about it and say, oh my God, so now it's going to block and block and block, so I actually block. So that belief is something that actually helped me. When I undo the belief, then automatically I was able to heal myself. Where I was told to take this medication lifelong every time I fly. And now I don't carry any medication at all of this kind. So dear friends, the placebo effect, that means what you believe is becoming true, is always working. Always working. For the negative or for the positive. It's up to us how you take it. Like in the case of the doctor, that the patient, the Udakas patient in the Midwest, like in the case of this Cambodian women, some of them who migrated to Los Angeles, but otherwise they're from Cambodia. They had, in the last 30 years, they'd gone through tremendous amount of physical torture, abuse. Some of these women in front of them, because of this, the political system fallout. So some of these women in front of them, their families have been killed, and then some of their children are raped, or attempted, and all kinds of stuff has happened. So some of these women deeply got impacted, traumatic conditions. So they did not want to see their future. They lost hope of the future. So they simply believed that this life is waste. They didn't want to see the future. So they all started developing, losing their eyesight. So they did some studies in this area where they settled in Los Angeles area. They did the studies and said, what's going on here? Why are they losing eyesight? Because there isn't any problem with their eyes at all. But they say that they can't read, they can't see, but nothing seems, the parameters, everything is fine. So later on, when they put up and then did the studies, and they figured out that it's because of their belief that they did not want to think of a future, because every time these past memories would come up, and then they didn't want to just simply think about that past or future. So they are slowly blinding themselves. Anybody who is withdrawing from life and didn't want to think of a future because they feel it's going to be suffering, full of suffering, and then generally are closing their, impacting their eyesight in some way. Not necessarily the only reason, but that's one of the potential reasons. But the point, dear friends, is that placebo effect, what you believe, is always working. One of the reasons why many masters, when people go and then touch the master, they're able to heal themselves instantaneously because they have a belief in the master, not necessarily a special power to the master. So this Chicks experiment, which I thought is very fascinating, right? So they took a magnetic robotic needle, which is on the right side picture, right? So they put it on a table. The needle is placed in the middle, and they put a random generator. An initial experiment is that needle, this robotic arm is moving randomly. It is timed to a random generator. So every time a random generator, what will a random generator do? It'll produce, say, a number below 50, a number above 50. Let's say above 50 is right side, below 50 is left side. So the random generator is producing randomly. So as you can see in the picture, the robotic arm, that needle drew pretty much, it spent half the time left side, half the time right side of this table, right? Now, assuming that right in the middle, this robotic arm is placed. Okay. But now see this. In the second attempt, there is a case they kept, and then they kept 15 fresh newborn chicks. And this robotic arm now spent most of all of its time only on the right side, towards the chicks. The thing is, these newborn chicks, for them, the only way they determine who is their mother is just by movement. Newborn chicks, they can't see, they don't make out. All they see is that if there is a movement, they think that's the mother. So they simply go towards it. They simply go towards it. And they simply start putting that serious intent that they need to go towards it, so they're pulling. So these 15 small little chicks are able to then influence this robotic arm to actually only move towards their cage because they thought it is their mother, because the robotic arm is moving. So they were, even though the random generator is say giving random numbers on this side, that side, but the robotic arm kept moving this side because it has got influenced by this field. So dear friends, if chicks can do it, I'm sure we can do it. Man is very, very intelligent. He's got so much of conscious brain capacity. Only man is the most powerful animal because animals think we are animals, but we are the most powerful animal. So man, which has got this huge conscious brain, can do many wonders by just exerting the belief or thought power. So that's the point, is that our thoughts and feelings create a reality. So let's go into a little bit about this thoughts and feelings create reality, the concept. I got to know about this in the year. I got to know about this in the year. I came to meditation in 99. It took me 3 years to understand meditation, to get into the depths of meditation. I used to hear in the hallways, I used to hear that our thoughts and feelings create reality. I used to hear we heal ourselves. And I used to hear that meditation will give us all that power. So it took me some time. That way, I congratulate many of you because you only are taking just about 40 days to get into the groove. It took me some time without those days, 99 to 2002. But in some way, everybody gets the trigger. So I got my trigger in 2002. I used to be working for a startup. And so I got my trigger. And then somewhere I felt that I must do meditation deeply for a long time. And so for 2 months, I did practice intense meditations every day, 1 to 2 hours. And then also, I was reading a lot of books which were telling me a lot of these concepts in those days. Not so much with deep science, but a lot of spirituality. Not so much with the science that we're going to explore, but a lot of spirituality. So at the end of those 2 months, I naturally developed this idea that yes, thoughts and feelings create reality. So I wanted to experiment. And then with regular meditation, my process of thinking changed. My thought process changed. So first thing I noticed is that at workplace, I became very, very relaxed. I no longer blamed my manager or my colleagues. That is the first benefit I saw. Being a very competitive person, always wanting the best, very, very successful in my career in terms of performance and this and that. So always wanting the best. And then so I would, at any given chance, would actually go off to the manager and say, you're not doing this, you're not doing this, why are you not giving me this project? I'm always doing best, and so why are you not giving me? So there used to be this constant arguments and discussions. There used to be a lot of arguments. I used to be argumentative too. But first thing I noticed after 2 months of meditation, when the thoughts and feelings create a reality, that understanding came in. I read these books called several books, including one, Conversation with God by Neil Donald Walsh, and Richard Bach's The Jonathan Livingston Seagull, which is fundamentally saying that if you believe in something, then you can make it. Then I read books by the Road Less Traveled, which is giving a lot of emotional intelligence kind of knowledge into that. And then I've read some more books, Deepak Chopra and many more books in those times. So at the end of 2 months, I understood that if I'm happy and not happy, if I'm successful and not successful, a lot of it is driven through what kind of thoughts I have. If I'm feeling miserable because how I'm thinking about it. So I dropped some of those thoughts, and so suddenly I became very positive. my mood changed. And then as my mood changed, as I'm going along, then I started attracting things in my office the way I wanted it. I wanted to do travel, so I was able to manifest that. So I got into a different role, my customer client facing roles. Then slowly along in 4 months, I healed this medical condition, which for which every time I would fly, I would take medication, but I was able to just heal that automatically just by dropping that whole thought process that now when a moment I recognize that I dropped the thing that okay, now I'm flying, it's going to happen to me. So when I dropped that, automatically things started working for me where I didn't have to take medication thereafter. It was a surprising thing for me. A condition for which I suffered for at least 6 years. So then it was rest was history. So then the moment I understood the principles of creation, meditation, so I never left meditation since then. And then I understood the importance of strengthening the practice is by being with the company of other masters. So I jumped into doing spiritual service. As I got associated with Pyramid Valley International, a large international meditation center in Bangalore. So being there with the ground up in building it to what it is today, where we're serving hundreds of thousands of people every year for meditation and spiritual science, teaching these principles. So along the way, then I'm able to create a company by myself, and then we successfully apply these principles to have a great outcome for the company as an acquisition exit by applying this exact manifestation principle that our thoughts and feelings create reality. I created a goal for myself for this company, and then I meditated on it, visualized on it, dreamt about it every day, like the Jim Carrey story, every day for 14 months. And it happened. In a most unexpected way, we had a company come and acquire us, even though that was not at our target. Things happen. So that's so in these journeys, of course, then we started teaching meditation. So the last few years I've been teaching meditation, but Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation came into existence last year. And there's no expectation. It is again an unexpected way, but we're able to impact, influence, and then impact to thousands of people in the last 1 year with this knowledge of meditations. Again, one of this manifestation is constantly working. I'm very grateful to Karthikeyan sir for introducing Buddha Seva Foundation to many, many, many people worldwide. So all of this, I was deeply influenced by my grand master teacher, Brahmashi Patriji, founder of Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement, from whom I learned was meditation and the simple methods of manifestation, simple methods of living. And then certainly my first master has been my younger brother, a medical doctor, Dr. GK, who taught me meditation. Meditation need not come from a very, very wise or great master. It can be from anybody. So younger brother, he was, of course, otherwise a medical student and learned meditation when he was actually teaching, when he was learning medicine. That time studying, so he learned it. And so he taught me. And from there I met Patriji, and then so I've got deeply influenced by his work and his style of teaching. Thereafter, I studied quite a bit of Dr. Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, Amit Goswami, quantum physics, Fred Alan Wolf, many of these modern science. I was always curious how to marry spiritual science to the modern sciences to tell that they can be explained to an extent. They cannot be explained only to a limited extent, but they can be explained. So ever since I've started studying this quantum physics, came across, attended a workshop by Dr. Amit Goswami in California sometime in 2014, I believe. He was a leading quantum physicist. He has written books like Self-Aware Universe, Quantum Creativity, Quantum Economics, and such things. So he is talked about we are this 99.99% emptiness and then only 0.01% matter. So that gave me a shift, a clear shift into my understanding that our body and everything that is there is purely emptiness, not matter as we think. So it was easy then to draw the parallelism about everything that we learn through the spiritual science, that everything is there energy. Spiritual science says that we're not the body, we're the soul, we're energy, that is all there. So we started drawing parallelism and then it became easy to explain and understand. So when we talk about Now, meditation, manifestation, we are applying, combining this quantum physics principles. And then when we study neuroscience, Dr. Joe Dispenza does a pretty good, great job about bringing up neuroscience and then how the brain is learning, how brain is causing a lot of changes to the body, or how a learning is, of course, creating these fields and so creating experiences through this quantum field. He does a pretty good job through his books and through his teaching. So I was quite influenced by him. And then I also read books by Seth. Jane Roberts is a channel, Seth material. So some of these are deep influencers in coming to this model of creation, what we're going to learn in the next 3 days. If you have somebody with you there in your room, can you turn to the person and explain what you learned so far? If you don't have anybody, can you write a message? You can write a message in your Zoom chat and your WhatsApp chat to your friend. What have you learned so far? Can you just tell the person next to you, or just recollect and then write, make a notes or type a message and send it actually to a person and say, this is what I've learned in this workshop. Can you do that, please? Next 1 minute. You'll never know. When you make this notes and then send to your friend, you might be changing, transforming their lives. You might be changing their life forever. Everything works that way. Okay. Wonderful. When we repeat, when we recollect, when we narrate the same to somebody, then we are increasing our learning ability. We're reinforcing, we're programming our brain a lot more. So when you take this moment of that minute and then you quickly summarize what have you learned, you increase your ability to remember this much more, maybe even 5x more when you just by doing the simple act of, taking a couple of minutes to recollect and then write those few bullets of points. It's called indexing, right? It's even better if you actually can tell somebody in your room, and if you can tell somebody, even if nobody is there, you just tell as if somebody is there. It's even great for you, right? We're going to use this throughout this process, just so that you have this better understanding of this what we're learning, right? So when you look at this, our thoughts and feelings create a reality, or the placebo effect. The chicks are able to influence the robotic arm. The chicks are able to influence the robotic arm. So our thoughts that they've been constantly thinking, they're constantly feeling that I'm with my mother, I'm with my mother, I'm with my mother. So that mother is this robotic arm, so they pull that. So they have this very thought that, okay, I have to go towards my mother. Since they're in a cage, they couldn't go to the robotic arm, so instead they pulled it towards them because of that energy field. We all, when we think and feel, we produce energy fields around us. The energy fields are going and then influencing anything that is there around us. They've done experiments. Our body is 70% water, right? There is a water is constantly getting influenced through our energy field. If you have high vibrations of good feeling, these chicks are, we have a great feeling that they're close to the mother. When you have good feelings, you have better, higher, longer vibrations, you have longer, bigger energy field. When you have low feelings, you have a reduced, decreased energy field around. They've done experimentation. So our thoughts produce electromagnetic energy, our feelings in the body produce electromagnetic energy. But the feelings when you have can actually be up to 5,000 times more energy than just thought alone. So, but combined together, there is a lot of energy being produced. That energy is going in and influencing everything, all the matter. We'll understand that from a quantum physics perspective. So just to our thoughts in the mind, if thoughts and feelings are creating reality, our thoughts in the mind, 95% are repetitive and draining energy. This is the first finding. Through research, through stats, they found that 95% of the thoughts in our mind are repetitive and drain our energy. So first thing we've got to change them. They're all of very low negative, low energy, and the negative, they suck our energy, they drain our energy. There is some more science behind it. We don't have time, which I normally talk about in a 6-day advanced program. But needless to say that we have thousands of thoughts and 80% of the thoughts are negative. You take it as different people have different. Now, many of you have been practicing this meditation for the last 4 weeks. Of course, you're changing your mind. And so 80% may not be 80%. Now it perhaps in 40%, right? But it slowly goes down for a long-term meditator. As you are continuing to meditate. So our attention on negative thoughts go away. Our attention on worrisome or fearful thoughts go away. So repeated thoughts are strengthening the memory connection becomes stronger. Cells that wire together in the neuroscience principle. The more you repeat anything, then the cells are firing, the neurons are firing to form memory and store that information. So the more times you repeat something, then it becomes stronger. So the more times you think about a failure of how certain things did not happen. Last time I tried and that didn't happen, didn't work. Last time I went for vacation, it was bad. So I don't know how it's going to be. The more when you're planning your next vacation, think based on your past and where you did not have a good experience. And so keep projecting, and then it becomes more stronger in your mind. The mind is working in a way that when you repeat, it becomes stronger. The brain also works in a way when you feel something intensely, it suddenly gets recorded as a long-term memory. Anything that's repeated becomes long-term memory. Anything that is experienced intensely becomes long-term memory. There are two ways it becomes really long-term, two key ways how something becomes long-term memory. When something is long-term memory, then that is called something called subconscious. It goes into subconscious mind. And as a result, then only thing you do have is the subconscious mind is constantly producing your reality because that's what is working for you as an autopilot every day. So wherever we put our attention on, it becomes stronger in our brain, it goes into the subconscious, then it starts producing. It starts creating a reality because the premise is the thoughts and feelings create reality. What you think, what you believe in is creating a reality through our placebo effect we have been understanding. Right? Through that spiritual science, Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati principle, through various leaders that I just showed you, starting from Mahatma Gandhi to Napoleon Hill to Henry Ford to business leaders and then social leaders, and then of course there are spiritual masters like Gautam Buddha, and then now modern scientists, Dr. Joe Dispenza to Van Dyer to many of them. Thoughts and feelings create a reality. Keeping that as a fundamental principle, and if 80% are negative thoughts, we create 80% negative reality. Right? Failures, misdeeds, unhappiness, suffering, sorrow, grief, many of those, because basically they exactly mirror what our thoughts are. Exactly mirror what our thoughts are. So thoughts produce Scientifically speaking, they're producing several neurotransmitters, which are all causing certain emotions and feelings in the body. And so they generate a lot more energy, and that energy is influencing the matter around. All right. And these feelings, when they're produced, when you have a feeling, then a feeling is going and then producing more thought. It's called a thinking feeling loop. So every time you're experiencing something, for example, if you're thinking about last time you went to an outing with your friends on a trek, let's say a trek. The last time you went for a trek and you think about it, you feel great, right? Suddenly, so that thought produces feeling into the body, chemicals, your body sort of elevates itself up. You become a little bit animated, you're happy, maybe, jumping with joy, right? Or at least, smile on your face. All of that happens. And then, so when that is there, automatically this feeling is triggering more thought. What thought will trigger? When is the earlier time you went for a trek? And what is that other people, your friend would have told you, I went to a Himalayan trek and something else. All those things again come back. So now we have more feelings around them. So a thought produces feeling, and then a feeling produces more thought, and then to more feeling. So it is a loop. So thinking feeling loop is called, so we're constantly in that loop. Now, as long as your attention is on good things, it's great. Your body is in elevated states. But when your attention is on not so good things, unpleasant things, worryful things, then you're also into the thinking feeling loop. So when you do that continuously, you're conditioning your mind, you're conditioning your body. So you are in this thinking feeling loop, you're not able to come out, you're constantly producing the same negative chatter. So that's why 80% is negative and the 95% of the thoughts are repetitive as previous day, because we're constantly in this thinking feeling loop. What's going to happen to me? Anxiety. Will my job be there? Can I manifest any better hike? Will I be able to pay off my EMIs? Will I be able to keep my relationship? Will I be able to be healthy? I'm not able to heal, so it keeps paining. So I think it's going to be getting worse and worse and worse. The more you think worse, more it gets worse. So the thinking feeling loop is constantly causing a reality. So we need to, dear friends, we need to break, and we have to change these thoughts. We have to change the feelings. Our thoughts and feelings create reality. We need to change them. We need to change them. So meditation changes the brain structurally, improves emotional regulation, changes thought. One of the great ways to change and break out of this thinking feeling loop and being able to actually change our thought is by meditation. The experimentation this Graham Phillips has done, because he's never believed it, so he did an experiment, 8 weeks of meditation, 25%, a quarter increase in volume of this part of the brain called hippocampus. 25% of the brain size increase in that area, sorry, not in the hippocampus, in amygdala, in that area where it is for the emotional regulation, 25% of that area is increased. So there is a place called amygdala in our brain. That structure has changed. So it's got a lot more neurons in that area, which is to deal with emotional regulation. A lot more neurons. It is also structurally changed where the fears are projected, so that area reduced. Wherever the fears are projected, that area shrunk, and an area which got emotional regulation grew. Structural change to the brain. There are many, many other things, structural change to the brain. So regular meditation, which is helping one keep the thought on something they want onto. It is changing the thought from negative to positive, and then two, it is also structurally changing the brain to hold your thought on something that you really like, you really want. What you dwell upon and seriously with intent. And so in order to dwell upon regularly the same thing, we also need special capability in the brain. Staying constantly on one thing, as well as changing the thought from negative to positive, both are required. And the meditation seems to be doing both of these by changing the brain structurally. We talk about a lot of this in a 6-week program, right? So some of you can go back, and I'm not going to the basics of meditation, but you can go back and listen into our 6-week programs Right now, something called abundance is going on, but our Business YouTube channel has a lot of material on this. So many conditions where meditation is able to help us come out most naturally. Annoying things from spouse and family, traffic jams, news stories, poor body, physical issues, overwhelming feelings in many situations. Now, what is all this? Now, these are all the day-to-day things which pull us into a negative thought process. Now, meditation is able to balance you out and come out of those thought process. So even though we go through these, we don't get challenged into pushing into the negative thought process. When you go into negative thought process, now whatever you're trying to manifest is not working because you're always producing a negative energy, opposing energy. So first thing is to neutralize and then bring each of us out of this mundane day-to-day things that happen, but we should not get impacted because you can't change the environment, right? The only way to change the environment is to go into Himalayas and then live somewhere, not bothered about anything. So then, yes, you don't have to listen to the TV, no traffic jam, no spouse, family, nothing is there. So you can perhaps live there if you are brave. But that's not the point. Samsara is nirvana. We want to experience life. So meditation seems to be arresting and then helping us overcome many of these triggers, which environmental triggers, which cause us to fall back into our older self or these past beliefs. Point one, just to note, right? That's why our whole session is going to be around meditation along with some science. Together is helping us manifest things. So the fundamental truth that we apply to make your thoughts and feelings create reality is with the tool of meditation, utilizing both meditation and this. So the process of meditation that we are going to learn and then practice is breath mindfulness meditation. It's called Anapanasati, to be with your in-breath and out-breath, to with your in-breath and out-breath. How do you practice this meditation? It's very simple, dear friends. You sit comfortably, right, on the chair and the floor, cross your feet, cross your feet at ankle, and then clasp your fingers into fingers, rest comfortably in your lap. With your eyes closed, specs removed, you observe your breath, natural breath. At this point, in the middle of the eyebrows, observe your breath is going in and coming out. When you observe the breath, the mind becomes empty. The goal of meditation is to empty the mind. You got to observe the natural breath, most simplest process that anybody can practice. So we will be doing this little later. All right. So meditation is to empty the mind by simply observing the breath. Then we're also doing another process called heart elevation. Before we start this meditation, we usually do this process of heart elevation. That is the posture. You can sit in the chair with your legs crossed, or keep your hands on the chest area. And the crux of this process is to bring up an elevated emotion into your body by recollecting a past elevating experience where you felt enormous love or joy or gratitude, compassion in an experience from your past, not from your present. You simply bring up an experience from your past or present, spending time with children, being in nature, doing trekkings with friends, going your morning walks, and you feel so great about it at the end of the day, end of the walk, right? Whatever that is made you really, really feel good, you can just recall that experience and then automatically go into some of the higher emotions. When you go into the higher emotions, then we are becoming one with everything. We slow the brain down, which is one of the structurally things that are happening in the meditation. When you slow the brain down, we go into deeper states. We go into the empty states faster. So this heart elevation process helps when we're doing this process. Right, friends? What's the time now? 6:30, 8:30. All right. So I'd like us to practice just about short meditation. Let's meditate for 5 minutes. I'll guide. I'm going to play music. We're going to go into this breath mindfulness meditation to group our energies back again on a Friday evening. You're grateful. You're really, I should say, a very wise decision to be joined in this program on a Friday evening. So let's go into a quick, short, energizing meditation. Relax yourself, dear friends. Sit comfortably. I'm playing music and I'm also guiding. We're just doing breath mindfulness meditation quickly or at a short dose. With your eyes closed, relax yourself, dear friends. With your fingers into fingers. Relax your body. Observe your normal, natural in breath and the out breath, dear friends. Be with your breath. We are going into breath mindfulness meditation. Remove the specs with your eyes closed. Observe. Your normal breath and out breath. Be with your breath. Observe your normal, natural in breath and the out breath, dear friends. Our goal is to empty the mind. Our goal is to merge into this greater emptiness. That quantum energy field. When we observe our breath, our mind becomes empty. When our mind is empty, we channelize all that energy into the generous present moment. Be with your breath. Become one with that in-breath. And the out-breath, dear friends. Okay, please slowly keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Okay, dear friends, this simple meditation that we just practiced, we're going to practice for longer in these 3 sessions, is helping us change our thought, change our feeling. That's the basis. So before we go further, I wanted to run a poll. So Pradeep, do you have polls? Can you run the poll one, please? Pradeep?
So we have some technical issues of course.
Yes.
Showing some inactive states. So can you try once in quotes from your side?
Yes, so as I see here, just trying to understand what's the composition of us as a group. We need some more responses. Some more. Another 10 seconds. Okay. Pradeep, you can stop the poll and share the results. Yeah, just be there. So we've got 2/3 have not attended this workshop. Second question. So that's great. So, okay. So we need to, yes. So 2/3 have not attended this workshop, and meditation practice less than 6 months, less than 1 year. So seems like everybody, 85% are not new to the meditation. So wonderful. So which is good. So we can skim through some of the meditation concepts that I assume you have learned through other programs, and stay focused on what we want to really achieve in this. That helps. Thank you. Thank you, Pradeep. Okay. So dear friends, then I wanted to bring up some of the reasons of why we are, when we say quantum physics, when we say spiritual science, this particular slide that you saw, right? This particular slide that you saw, which is drawn parallelism to quantum physics and spiritual science, I want us to dwell deeper to understand thoughts create reality, because that's the basis, right? So through placebo effect, we understood thoughts create reality. We saw the chicks, how they're creating reality. So we want to understand this a little more scientifically, the quantum physics way. We are tiny matter, more energy. On the left column, I'm reading. We are unlimited possibilities and potential, and our observation manifests the possibilities. Right? Observation manifests the possibilities. So the key takeaway is that our intents often are delayed and not manifested due to a limited state of being. So a limited state of being, of the way we think and feel about ourselves, which are caused by our limiting thoughts and feelings. So that's why whatever sometimes we think is not happening because you consciously think about it, but deep in subconscious, you have these limited beliefs and feelings, and which are constantly projecting. That's called limited state of being. And the reason our intents are delayed, are not manifested, is because of this. So by elevating our thoughts and feelings, or changing our thoughts and feelings, we can change our state of being and manifest our intents. Right? And it goes about saying that by being in the present moment, by recognizing the infinite intelligence of this quantum field, and through practice of meditations, one can change your state of being. So key is to change your state of being, not to go and then attract that thing or that goal or this and that. Whatever process we're going to learn is to help us to change our state of being. Are we in a scarcity consciousness or an abundance consciousness? Are we in a fixed mindset to a growth mindset? Are we in a survival mode to a creative mode? So there are two different beings, state of beings. I constantly worry about my money and then my bank balances and constantly think that I don't have enough is survival consciousness. What I have, I'm able to share and I'm able to give, I'm able to contribute is a abundant consciousness within what I have. A businessman is he's traveled to one of the African countries. He was in Kenya. So somewhere there, so from a refugee comes there and he sees a refugee on the way, and then the refugee doesn't have food. He says the businessman has a sandwich in his hand. The businessman has a sandwich in his hand. So the refugee didn't have food for 3 days. He says, I didn't have food for 3 days. Okay, so the businessman hands over the sandwich to the refugee. The refugee says, hey, we can share it now. That is abundant consciousness for the refugee. Even though he didn't eat food for 3 days, he gets the sandwich. The first thing he does is we can share it back. We can share it together. Whatever we have, we will be able to always, it's all about how we just change our priority, just think differently. We think differently, and then if you can share out of what I have, then you are producing an abundant consciousness. That means you fundamentally feel you have enough. When you say you have enough, then you create more of that thing in your life. When you say you don't have enough, you continue to create you don't have enough as a condition. Hope you're getting that subtle difference. So we need to change our state of being to an expanded belief model, an expanded model that yes, I have enough, that I am able to satisfy myself with what I have. And the more we can be happy with what you have or find that abundance in what you have, and the more you can create things. And so that's where we're going to go and then work on. So this quantum physics principle, which is the first one, is saying we are less matter, more energy. We're less matter, more energy. So the bottom left side small picture is an atom. So if you see in that atom, except those three small balls and then the center nucleus, everything else is empty. What we think an atom is fully matter, but in that picture, there is an imaginary glowing circle. So around that, if that is the atom, and if I ask you what is the percentage which is emptiness inside, how much is the mass, you will say that most of it is empty. The matter, the mass is only with those dark balls, right? In this small picture here. Everything else is empty. We are less matter, more energy. So one may say with our naked eye, okay, maybe 90% is empty, 10% is occupied by those balls, right? Those little atoms, the electrons that are there traversing around the nucleus. Now, what did the science reveal? The science said that deep inside, everything is that subatomic particles, and that is 99.99% empty, filled with energy. So it's not 90%, it's not 95%, it's not even 99%, it's practically 100% is emptiness filled with energy. So first statement that it's saying is that everything is energy, and that energy is a big field of energy waves, like what you see in the right side picture, field of energy waves interconnected with each other. At subatomic particle level, everything is both wave and particle. So even though whatever that we think of matter, a body is matter, it's still actually a wave, it's an energy. And only when you observe it, it's becoming a particle. Otherwise, it's staying as energy. Only when you observe, it's becoming a particle, it's staying as energy. So this is an important finding, and it's an important recollection, since 95% already are into meditation practices. So we are recollecting and then saying that we are fundamentally energy. Everything is energy, and then energy to matter. Anyone seriously wanting to manifest things for themselves must invest their time and effort into this book called You Are the Placebo, and now most recently the Mind to Matter by Dawson Church, right? Must seriously invest some time into understanding various stories about how people created things, right? But the point here is everything starts with energy. So can I create things in energy field so that it can manifest into physicality? That's all, simple. Which is nothing but at a grossest level is dream, imagination of whatever that you wish to have. You construct the template in the energy field because first it is created there and then it manifests into physicality, right? Because an observation is where the subatomic particle is becoming matter. In quantum physics, it's proven that when somebody observes an electron, that electron is showing up as matter, otherwise staying as wave or energy. So if an electron, what we think is particle, it stays as wave, and when you observe it becomes particle, then an experience or anything you want to create is nothing but a whole set of electrons, whole set of neutrons, matter, whole set of these particles are in waves. So we can take all of them and collapse them into matter by observing on it exactly what we want, a specific pattern. So that's all it is, dear friends, is the essence of this quantum physics principles. Now there is this, and how do we do that? With one pointed mind, we can manifest matter. Matter is nothing but our life experiences. Meditation is developing that right one pointed mind. When we are focused, without any doubt, without any wavering, and completely focused without any disturbance, not losing concentration. If you can stay focused on something, then you can create it. We know that. Startups succeed because they have focus, right? Businesses, small businesses succeed, grow fast, is because they're totally focused on one thing. Meditation helps us develop that focus. We are diffused, our attention is completely gone here, there. Too many things. We leak energy through casual talk, we leak energy through negative talk, we leak energy through random things, many things. And meditation arrests all of them and brings us and then makes us single pointed. And so we can actually start putting our energy onto that one thing. Right? So observation creates possibilities. I'm not going to play this video, save us 5 minutes of time, but you can go back and then look up some of our sessions to our past recordings of this to understand it. But the point is, this video is showing scientifically how when we observe things, they become matter. What's important is to understand the right side statement that every physical event, the reason you are here is to understand if I have a goal is nothing but a set of experiences, right? So I'm getting this promotion, I'm growing my business and then gaining so much revenue, or I'm attracting a life partner. So there is a goal. Now goal, when you have, there is a lot of experiences behind the goal. The reason you want to attract a partner is because you want to do certain things with the partner, right? You have a set of experience, you have a dream of how your life after having that partner with you is going to be. The reason you want to grow your business to, let's say, X amount of revenue is because you have a dream, and you must have a dream of why you want the revenue to grow to that extent. What are you going to do with it? So when we are meeting a goal, that means there is a set of experiences we are wishing to have. And so every physical event is nothing but a set of experiences. And each experience is nothing but a whole set of these subatomic particles, and they all are waiting as energy in the field, in the quantum field. And so if we can collapse them together as a single observable pattern, as an experience translates to pattern, and then you can manifest it. So every experience that we want to have in our life, if we can create that energetically by visualizing, because that is produced through thought and feeling as an energy pattern, and so automatically we create it. So observation is thoughts and feelings of an experience. One experience for me is to do one of those Himalayan treks, right? There are many Himalayan treks. So a simple trek, I say, okay, let me go to Mahatma Babaji caves, a trek. So my experience is to trek, go there, and then visualize, and then be in that cave, and then meditate for long, say 6 hours. So that is an experience of visualize about this whole thing happening watch the videos, listen to the stories of people who have gone there, get inspired, get motivated, so that I can visualize and dream about it a lot more, about exactly what I want, so that I can visualize a specific experience of what I want, and then I can manifest it. That's the idea here. Same thing for business growth, same thing for any personal relationships, same thing for a physical health. You visualize having a great, radiant, glowing body. And because of that, you're doing certain things. So visualize all of those things which you are seeking to experience because you have a great body. So this meditation that we just did, and of course we go longer, seems to help us to experience this infinite field of possibilities. That's what it seems to do. So this quantum field has infinite possibilities. Its meditation seems to help us experience it. So every thought that we have is about a person or a place or a thing in a given time frame. Every thought is always about a set of people, set of things, and set of things and set of places. Every thought, take it. It always involves these things, right? Because that's all about matter. Okay. And in a given time frame. So every thought is either about a future or present where it is happening for you, or something in the past where physically it does not exist, but it exists in time, right? So when we train ourselves to observe our breath, we become one point minded. We are becoming single point minded when we observe the breath. Okay. There's a lot of science behind it. As you practice, you understand this more. And then slowly our mind too becomes empty of all thoughts, and hence we lose the sense of matter. We transcend matter. So when the mind is getting empty, that means you are losing everything about this person, people, things. So all the matter is about them. So you completely forget about the matter, that existence, that 0.01% in you and around you. So then automatically we start experiencing that energy, or we merge into this quantum energy field. So when that happens, when we lose sense of matter, then we start experiencing what is innately inside of us, that energy as a quantum field. We start experiencing it. Okay. So the more we are with it, this field, the more we experience it, the more unlimited, more we become that way. Whatever this field is, that field is unlimited, that field is infinite, that field has access to the infinite possibilities, so we can actually create them, we can manifest them. That's the idea. So this meditation is helping us to be experiencing this unlimited, and so we can create any possibility from this unlimited. So the idea of meditation is, on one side, is structurally changing the brain and helping us stay focused on something that we want. And another side, meditation is helping us empty ourselves and then become that field, and then send our intent through our focused thought and feeling into this field by accessing into that field without any resistance, because we are in this field now totally empty. So without any resistance, we're able to put our thought or that feeling or that energy pattern into that field without any resistance, without any doubt, without any pullback. So manifestation is then utilizing our infinite power of the mind to visualize and dream about single pointedly, and then it is also is then accessing that unlimited power of this field, unified field, and take what we want out of it by focusing on something that we want. Manifestation is marrying these two things, and that is being done through meditation both. So then, dear friends, having understood our thoughts and feelings create our reality, let's little dwell deeper to say what are elevated thoughts and elevated feelings. We are doing a refresher. So again, I would want you to take a minute and send that message or recollect what you learned about this whole quantum field principles. Take a minute and then send a message or recollect. But rare to have somebody in your room, so please talk to them actively. 1 minute. Okay. All right. Wonderful. So that our thoughts and feelings create our realities. So what are elevated thoughts? So we just saw this slide where I said we are in this thinking feeling loop constantly because we have this various negative thought and then we need to reprogram them. So we need to change these thoughts. So what is the way? Is to elevated thoughts is creating a goal for ourselves, a vision for ourselves, and inspiring ourselves with that goal. Having a goal of what you want to have, what is that you're trying to create, and are you excited about it? Of course, we all came into this program. If 95% of you said that you're already meditating, so you are came into this program with a clear, with an idea of wanting to create something for you. Some of you may be saying, I don't know what I want, right? That clarity will emerge for you more with meditation. But many of you may have a goal that you want to manifest, and you must be having a good reason of why you want to manifest. So here is the thing, that goal should be inspiring you. It's not because you're not setting a goal because your friend has it or your friend is doing it so you want to do it. No, you want to have it because you really feel that is important for you, that it's going to give you a lot of happiness, it is of interest to you. First and foremost is to be an elevating thought, is to be setting a clear vision or a goal for yourself which is inspiring to you. That goal can be small or big, but it should be inspiring. You want to experiment and manifestation, sure, you can take something and say, hey, I'm doing gardening in the next 3 months, or I'm doing gardening at my home. I'm creating time for myself doing gardening. You can try it out. Against all odds, you will be able to create time as well as create resources, as well as get family to cooperate and then do gardening. It's possible. Easy to easy to manifest a salary hike, easy to manifest things. If you want to actually go out and help a charity, so please imagine, dream about it, a goal that gives you happiness that you feel is important for you. That is the first step in manifestation. There's got to be a good reason why you are setting a goal, that it is actually when you wake up you feel good about it. I'm recapping, so I'm going into the next phase. Tomorrow I'm going to go into the detail of this goal setting. Right, today is needless to understand that first, in order to have an elevated thought, in order to move away from that 80% negative thought, or if another 15% redundant thought, to a positive miraculous zones of thought, we must have a goal. Not having a goal, then you're getting bounced around. When you have a goal, automatically you're driven by that. When you have a goal and then you dream about the goal, then your quantity and quality of thought is very, very high in our brain. When you have a goal and where it inspires you, and then you dream or imagine about it every day regularly, then your quality and quantity of thought are very high in your brain. And the way brain works, the neofrontal cortex, or the CEO of the brain, constantly helping you stay focused on that. If you do regular meditation, if you do regular meditation, then this brain frontal portion is helping you to constantly stay focused on it. So it keeps you in a high elevated thought state constantly when you have a strong goal, when you dream, and when you meditate regularly. All right, we'll understand the goal setting process like I mentioned tomorrow in detail, but it is that much. So you need to have, and say, in my case, for example, currently my only goal and wish is that we are creating this 100 million leaders and aspiring leaders with scientific meditation wisdom, enabling them so that they can fulfill their dreams and then inspire and then create a peaceful existence for everybody. That's my goal. And then, of course, that is the larger goal. So I have several shorter ones. One of the things that I dream about and experience is that we are doing this program with 1,000 of us in this mega pyramid at Bangalore. 1,000 people meditating together, creating beautiful energy, transformative energy together, meditating, and then learning this process and getting better is a sub goal out of it as a goal that I dream about every day. A dream that the day where we are experiencing 1,000 of us together, meditating, learning this beautiful science of meditation and manifestations, and creating future for ourselves in that pyramid, right? Something shorter. So you get the idea. But that drives me up. Every day I think about it, it drives me. I feel like I have a purpose. I wake up and then I actually think about it, right? So we all, and again, I want to bring this up. It doesn't necessarily have to be a lofty goal like that. It can be as simple as I'm learning music and I'm performing with my family members. I'm getting into this position in my company because it helps me to do certain experiences of going and enabling more people, helping yourself, your family in a bigger way, helping a non-profit in a differently. So whatever that is lifts you up from your present condition to a better new condition, right? It need not be lofty. It can be small thing to big thing, but it must excite you. That's the key, right? And then if you visualize and dream about every day, and you meditate every day, where you're emptying yourself, where you're clearing all the negative thoughts, then you are on the process to manifest, right, friends? Visualization, expansion of this whole slide is tomorrow, right? And in terms of feelings, now elevated feelings, elevated thought, we understood. The elevated feeling is to look at first what are the limiting beliefs that we form and how you form these limiting beliefs of thoughts producing emotions, which is thought about thinking, feeling loop. That everything that is experienced again and again becomes a belief. A belief changes into habit, and then finally we form perceptions. A belief that you want to, on one side, gain a nice hike at this point, but you have a belief because of the past thought and feelings, in the past 5 years, your company perhaps has only given you 6% or no hikes. And so you formed a belief because you experienced multiple times that my company does not give good hikes. But on the one side, you have a goal that I must create a 30% hike. You want to have that, but you have a belief deep inside. You carry the belief that my company does not give a good hike. Now it gives more than 6%. So because that belief is formed for you, you have this natural habit to talk about it. On one side, you talk about it and say, anyway, a company is not going to give, big deal. How is it going to happen? Yes, I'm going to ask my manager, but it's not going to happen at all. Oh yeah, newspapers also come up on this year. So you have a habit to actually talk, a habit to behave as if it's not giving. You already resigned to the fact, and one side you want it, another side you're planning your monthly thing and say, oh, next month pay cycle increase is there, but company gives you 6 months, so habitually you think 6% is maximum, I'll get a hike, so only that much will be there. So your projection future is also based on that calculation only. So you're still living on the past because you formed a habit with that belief. But on the other side, you have a goal to get 30%. What are you doing to get the 30% translated into your future calculation? Not thinking at all. So we got to break this, dear friends. So the limiting beliefs through which we cause these habits, we got to identify those limiting beliefs and break them. Right? So how do you do that? How do you do that? So how are these beliefs formed? Our personality of limited beliefs is creating reality. So what are some of the limited beliefs? Is I come from a poor background. Large companies don't give hikes. Body becomes wrinkled with old age. I have this disease, it's so deadly, I cannot heal. Women have disadvantage in society. These are all hardcore beliefs. And everything we think consciously is arising out of this. Only in an inspiring moment that we are thinking about something that we want to achieve for ourselves. But otherwise, we are constantly are projected off of these beliefs only. The way we think for every action, everything, environmental trigger is about this. The moment we hear about a news about accident, suddenly it brings up so many memories and say, okay, so next time I travel, I need to be careful. Next time I go by roads, I need to be careful because so much of traffic accidents are happening on this road. Oh, Mangalore said, maybe I should avoid this road. because suddenly it comes from a belief that our traveling on the Indian roads are not safe. Somebody coming from West might have that belief formed automatically. Whereas if you go back and research, the percentage may be very less, and then everybody is actually enjoying their drive. So these beliefs are constantly projecting, and it is being formed today for each of us by the time we get to 35, 40 years. So a personality is creating the beliefs, and we must change these, right? I've mentioned it is happening by conditioning. That means repeated occurrences, or when you experience it deeply and automatically. So we'll leave that part out. But with the repetition, generally beliefs are formed. Anytime there is a repetition happening, we have these core beliefs formed, and they're limiting us. We need to change those beliefs. And then how do you change the beliefs? Is by, dear friends, by learning more, reading more, bringing ourselves into present moment awareness, again meditation, reading more. For example, this particular thing is telling, irrespective of this particular workshop is telling us, irrespective of our present past condition, our future present condition can be manifested or created irrespective of our present past condition. Right? We have a present past mind, and we can break ourselves free out of it, because our future present can be created through this quantum model of infinite possibilities, independent of our past, only if you believe truly that, without any linkage and a doubt on it. So we are learning that science, and so that will help us to remove certain beliefs. That will help us to remove certain beliefs. When you listen to others' experiences, it will help you to remove certain beliefs. That, okay, this condition is not curable, is what you've been learning before, but now you hear from many people that, okay, my diabetes is reduced, my BP is gone, my cancer I'm healing, my backaches have gone, so many things, right? I failed several times in my business, but I've been highly successful in the last 1 year. So you'll say, oh, okay, so in COVID time also we can be successful with our business. So no worry. So we have to listen to others. We have to read to reprogram our beliefs. And we also do something called developing empowering belief to a specific goal you take. We're going to develop this tomorrow. We got to identify what are the limiting beliefs that we have against our goals, and then we can write empowering beliefs or success beliefs against that goal, and then we can reprogram our brain with their empowering beliefs, so that way slowly you overcome any limiting beliefs. About your health, if you have this belief that it is absolutely not curable, because many people told me, or I'm one in this 1 lakh people, so I can't, it cannot be cured. Science is saying that no, very slim chances. If that is a belief you have, now that is you want better health, but you have a limiting belief like this, it's not curable. Science is telling, many people have experienced this, and then they're living with it for a long time. Another limiting belief, right? My body is generally weak, so it doesn't have good immune system, it can't heal. Another belief. So you have 3 limiting beliefs, and so we need to develop an empowering belief which exactly reverses that condition, by saying that now quantum model says that no matter what, everything is a possibility, so I can absolutely stay positively. So that is one empowering belief. If you know of a person who is able to heal that condition through meditation, Mr. X and Y he healed, so, and I too can be like that and healing myself. So that is another empowering belief. So when you put your attention on a possibility, then that supports you versus a possibility that does not support you, automatically you're developing an empowering belief. And when you reprogram with it every time, then you are moving into an elevated feeling. You have something to believe that it is going to happen for you. We're going to learn this more tomorrow. But the point is, we need to go into the present moment awareness. We need to continuously learn around that thing that we're trying to manifest, the knowledge which is going to help us remove any limiting belief. Like in my case, my business, I had these limiting beliefs around my business. Will I be able to get it acquired, a Bangalore company to get acquired by a large multinational out of United States? A set of limiting beliefs were there, based on the locality, based on the type of business I'm into and all that, based on the duration of the company. So a lot of limiting beliefs. Now, every time I looked up and said how other companies are succeeding, so it slowly helped me to rewire and then remove those limiting beliefs. So different. So elevated feelings is this reprogramming ourselves of all the limiting beliefs. So the 5-point formula, we're going to go into meditation after this for today, right? The 5-point formula for manifestation science, that since it's a recap for most of you, is that first is you got to be in the present moment with meditation, where a present moment means we are forgetting of the past, not worried about anxiousness of the future. So you are in the present moment. So all the energy is there in the present moment. You have a higher power of thought when you are in the present moment, because all that liberated energy is there with you. So meditation helps us to be with it. Second, we continuously access this unlimited power of this quantum field, that unlimited possibility that are there. So we need to be able to be with it. Every time we meditate, we activate our pineal gland, so we receive energy, we receive signal, information, insight. With regular meditation, we're receiving insight, a solution for what we are trying to dream. So that's what we call synchronicities. So you receive them into you in many, many ways, either through your intuition, either through the messages outside, right? Or either through your sudden download of information in your mind, like an insight that comes to you like a Yahoo moment, where you finally think that, oh, okay, so I must go and then talk to this person. A lot of those happen out of nowhere when you access this field through meditation regularly. You tune into this emptiness, being in this quantum energy field. It happens through meditation. This is through meditation. Third, we just understood. We got to have a clear goal and visualize about it, a goal that is inspiring. Fourth, we reprogram our beliefs with empowering beliefs. On one side, we keep expanding our knowledge, but we also develop and form these empowering beliefs specific to a goal, so that you can change your state of being around that goal, around those experiences that you're seeking. And lastly, we also recognize that when thoughts create reality, so that means what I'm going through today is based on our past. And so I accept what is coming in my way today completely, not judging why I'm experiencing what I'm experiencing. And so we must have at any given time in an accept, surrender, express gratitude mode to create more of that future sooner and faster. If you do these 5 steps. So 1 and 2 are meditation. 3, 4, and 5 are this whole manifestation process, where you have a goal visualizing every day, and you have these empowering beliefs which you are doing regularly, where affirming, you are continuously reading, learning around your goal, and then expressing gratitude regularly. So when you combine meditation with manifestation process, then we have a formula, dear friends, to create things that we want. Right? Create things that we want. Okay. So we go into meditation. So summing up, of thoughts and feelings create reality. Elevated thoughts is vision of the future. Elevated feelings is reprogramming the beliefs. Right? Elevated thoughts is vision of the future. Elevated feelings is reprogramming the beliefs. So we'll learn more about these tomorrow, but now we'll go into meditation. First meditation of this program, dear friends. So in this meditation, we're going to recalibrate our body with a new set of emotions. There are these fundamental emotions. For example, fear. Fear of failure, fear of looking bad, fear of losing health, fear of many things. And as a result, we don't do many things. On one side, we want to excel, but on the other side, this fear holds us back to seize an opportunity. You want to start a business, but then suddenly you get a call that, hey, travel to Delhi and then meet this person. But you're worried, taking a flight to Delhi at this point of time, and I'm not sure, it is not safe, so you give it up. So that fear is there, right? We got to overcome any of these fears, because if thoughts, feelings create reality, so again, we got to keep wiring ourselves back into that principle, right? So this meditation, where we recalibrating the body and mind with a new set of emotions. So fearlessness. What do we do with that? Whatever that fearlessness means for you, I want you to visualize and feel about when do you feel you're fearless? Whether it's about business, whether it's about health, where you have to do certain things. For example, you're fearful about walking a few steps in your home. If you go up that, you feel like it's going to break or it's going to cause serious damage to your health. You're fearful. Now, when I say you're fearless, is that you're actually visualizing an experience of that which you're fearful about, like you're walking up the steps. Then you feel great about it. That means you're overcoming that fear there. right? So here in this meditation, we're going to visualize a set of core emotions. You're going to recalibrate with a new set of emotions. So I want you to feel fearlessness. I want you to feel that you are super intelligent, genius minded. If you think that generally you don't have good intelligence, you can't succeed, they're all depending on what you're trying to manifest, right? You're genius minded, you have that infinite intelligence. And I want you to feel that. So what does it mean? Whatever that you think you are limited with, you do the opposite of it. You visualize and dream of an experience for yourself as if you're doing it. So then you know that you are now overcome that limitation that you felt for yourself. We're working at an emotion level, right? So you are genius minded, you're fearless, you're free and liberated. You feel constrained today because of a family, because of an office environment. You feel constrained, people are holding you back, you're not able to do things. So I want you to feel that you're free and liberated, because these are all the things that hold us back in our manifestation. So we're working on this core emotion. So I'm going to say for each of these emotions in the meditation towards the end, can you teach your body to be free? How does it feel to be liberated? Feel it, experience it, dear friends. This is how I'm going to say for each of the emotions. So that time, I want you to bring up an experience. If you experience that, visualize it, then you feel that you're free, right? You as a woman always wanted to go away from your home and then be in this city somewhere and then do set on business or a job, but you're not allowed. So you're free and liberated. So now you can take that up and then say, yes, I'm in Bangalore, I'm nicely like everybody else wearing this beautiful attire, formal attire, and then going into work and then showing up there every day and making an impact. So you visualize yourself as if you're free, you can make your own decision, you're there and then doing it, right? That also is a problem for many people. That is also a problem for many people today, right? And so feeling freedom, liberated, then feeling abundance, not feeling that I don't have stuff, my health is not there, I don't have money, I don't have this relationship. Feel abundant, that you have enough in you. So whatever that is limiting you, think that you don't have adequately, so you assume that you have it. So then you feel automatically elevated, you have that abundance in you. Assume that you have that great health. Visualize that particular thing about health, visualize that particular thing about money. If it is about money, then you feel that, oh yes, you got it, right? It's all about imagination, visualization, because you're producing a certain level of energy around it. And when you're producing certain level of energy, the more you feel it, the more you recondition your body to think that way. That's all it is, right? Recondition the body with a new emotion, new experience. That's what we're trying to do. And when you do it enough practice, enough times to practice, then you slowly you're moving your body from your old state of conditioned body emotion to your new state of body emotions, an elevated emotional state by default, because everything is conditioning. So we're going to work on this conditioning, right? So, so one is that, and then I'm going to say you feel passionate about it. So you are so excited now that you have these empowering tools. You're passionate about actually taking up goals and doing things. Pull out that trekking experience, you want to go back and do it. Pull out that music experience, you want to go back and do it. Pull out that the you want to go back and meet all with your friends and alumni and then have certain discussion, whatever that is. Passion for creating things again, experience life again. Just because you got a teenage daughter and son, life is not ended. Now everything has to be saving for them. You still can experience life more and more, right, while they're still there, right? So a passionate energy, right? You are, I'm going to say that, right? So if teach your body that you are passionate about life again. So when I call these emotions towards the end, and for each one I'm going to guide, so I want you to bring up an experience, right? These 5 or 6 emotions, right? Bring up an experience, you visualize and dream about it. That's all it means. So meditation process goes like this. It's going to be for about an hour and 10 minutes. So it's going to end around 8:40. That's how we'll end our session. So it's going to be starting with a heart elevation process. If anybody new, just follow my guidance when I'm guiding. You just follow my guidance in that. And then it'll do anapanasati. We're going to do anapanasati, emptying our mind for a long time. We empty our mind for a long time by observing our breath, right? The music is there, guidance is there. And then after that is over, then I say it's time to recalibrate our body. And so I start guiding on different emotions. And then when I'm guiding, and I say, can you teach your body to be fearless. How does it feel to be courageous? Come on, feel it, live it, experience it. I'm going to say that I want you to bring up that experience that makes you feel courageous and then visualize and dream about it. So we're going to do that for some time around the 6 emotions. So when that is over, that segment is over, then we go to rest and relax. I will ask you to lie down. Those of you want to lie down wherever you are, quickly don't disturb yourself by walking too many steps where you are. You can just simply lie down. You are at the home, so just lie down where you are without just 2-3 steps. Lie down on your flat on your back, right? And then be in a very comfortable posture, like a savasana, absolutely relaxed, comfortable posture. Not meditation, not required. It is a deep rest and relaxation phase. So rest and relax deeply at that point, not necessarily how to observe the breath, just be in that state. I'm going to use a word, drift away into this emptiness of infinity. I'm going to use that word. Until that time, I'm guiding. When I use that word, after that, I stop guiding. Until the time again, when the time is up for relaxation. So then again, I say, come back to your body. So when you catch me and say, rest and relax, and then drift away into the infinity. So drift away means literally you want to float, you want to drift. I don't want you to actively think of anything. I just want you to witness whatever that you may be experiencing when you're in this deeply rest and relaxation phase. Whatever you may experience some black holes, you may experience some stars, somewhere you're traveling, or you may experience just nothing but your body right there in that room. It doesn't matter what you experience. Don't interpret, just be a witness to it and then let it go. Drift. You are a feather in a wind, and the wind is taking you wherever it is, you're just going there with it, right? It's like that. Drift away means I want you to drift away into that field of thought or experience that you may be going through in that phase, right? Don't analyze anything at that point, and then go through it, and then we express gratitude, and we're going to come out. All of this is going to happen like this because the guidance will be there, dear friends. All right. So heart elevation, breath, mindfulness, meditation. That's where our meditation ends. Then our manifestation process begins after that, where we recondition the body actively with a mind process, visualizing, dreaming, feeling in a body. It's a mind process, manifestation. Then we are lying down, deeply resting and relaxing, and then we express gratitude. We come out. So initial meditation, then manifestation process combined. All right, you get that for today? So relax yourself, dear friends. Sit comfortably. Before lying down, I'm saying that take quick, short breaths. I say, let's take quick, short breaths, 10 breaths. The quick, short breaths are breathing through your nose, breathe out through your mouth, right? When you breathe in, your chest is going to come up, but it's very easy to do. Quick, short breaths. Like that. So we're going to do 10 breaths. And then last breath, you're going to hold for 5 seconds. That's going to help us when you lie down not to go into sleep, right? At the end of the day, after hard work, you might easy to go to sleep. So it's going to help you not going to sleep when you rest and relax. So we're doing 10 quick breaths. I will do the breaths you can do with me in that time, right? Relax yourself, dear friends. Sit comfortably with your eyes closed. Relax your body. Dear friends, dear masters, keep your hands on your chest area with your eyes closed. Specs removed. Rest your attention on your breath and on your sacred heart. Take a slow, long, relaxing breath. Can you feel your beautiful heart? Breathe more of that slow, long, relaxing breath and feel your seat of all emotions, which is nurturing all life with its love energy, with its gratitude energy. I want you to bring up an experience from your past or from your present where you felt enormous love, gratitude, joy, compassion, and relive that moment and elevate yourself. Relive that moment of love, of joy, of gratitude, and feel that energy inside your beautiful heart. We are all deeply interconnected. Deep inside, we are specks of energy, intricately connected with each other in this quantum entanglement. The nature of the universe is to bring order and coherence among all things and everybody with love, with joy, with gratitude. Relive that moment and feel that energy of love, of joy, and allow yourself to radiate that energy to heal yourself deeply. Allow yourself to radiate that energy onto every corner of this planet Earth, for it's bound to be received by the needy. And slowly, I would like you to go into breath mindfulness meditation, friends, with your fingers into fingers. clasp your hands, rest your hands comfortably. In your lap, and observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. Be with your breath. Become one with that in-breath and the warm out-breath. Observe your natural in-breath and the out-breath, and allow yourself to slowly and slowly become empty of all thoughts. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to observe any sensations in your body. When we observe our breath, our mind becomes empty. When our mind is becoming empty, we channelize all that energy into the gender's present moment. We experience that greater emptiness, that quantum energy field. And access is infinite power. Be with your breath. Being with your breath. Become one with that in-breath and the out-breath, and allow yourself to experience that emptiness of all thought in your mind. Notice any sensations in your body. Can you sense energies all around your body, occupying your room as you become one with your breath? Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to become totally empty of all thoughts in your mind. Become aware of that emptiness inside of you, all around you. When we empty our mind, we withdraw our attention of all matter we experience that greater emptiness, that energy. Stay aware of that emptiness. On your left side, become aware of that emptiness, of no body, of nothing on your right side. Allow yourself to experience that infinite depth of that emptiness, spreading far and wide. That's energy. All emptiness is energy. Allow yourself to stay connected to this energy field of unlimited possibilities. This is the quantum consciousness. This is that infinite quantum energy field. The longer you stay aware of this field, of this energy, the more you become of it. If you find yourself distracted in thought, gently go back to observing your breath and find that emptiness all around. Allow yourself to stay connected into this field of unlimited energy as no body, as no thing. The longer you stay present in this field, the more open you become. The more opportunities you receive into your life. Allow yourself to stay away from your body, to stay away from your life, and allow yourself to become pure consciousness and unfold as awareness into this field of endless possibilities. The longer you stay in this field of energy, the field of possibilities, the more you create these possibilities in your life. Stay aware of this light, of this energy all around you. As no body, as no thing. Go deeper into this void, into this light. Allow yourself to trust this unknown. The longer you stay as no body, the more you experience everybody. If you get distracted, simply go back to your breath and return to the present moment. And bring your awareness to these possibilities. Friends, it's time to recalibrate your body and mind to new emotions that support us in creating a new future. I want you to experience these expanding emotions, elevating emotions. I want you to feel this emotion as deeply, as richly, and as completely as possible. The more powerful your feelings and emotion, the more stronger you signal your body, you recondition your body. Can you teach your body to be courageous? Come on, how does it feel to be fearless in your body? Come on, I want you to feel. Fearlessness in your body. Teach your body to be courageous. Whatever that you always were fearful of, I want you to experience and feel that fearlessness. How does it feel to be fearless in your body? In each and every cell of your body, feel it. Experience this emotion, dear friends. Can you teach your body to be genius-minded? How does it feel to experience that unlimited mind, that unlimited intelligence? Come on, teach your body. Whatever that you always wanted to do, but you held back, I want you to experience that intelligence, dear friends. Feel it. You are genius. You are the genius-minded. Can you teach your body that you are this unlimited, that whatever you take up, you are successful? Remember, the stronger your feelings, the more you recondition your body, the more you upregulate your genes. Teach your body that you are this unlimited intelligence. Can you teach your body that you are free? How does it feel to be liberated, that you can do whatever that you always wanted to do, that no one is holding you back? Come on, feel it. Feel that freedom, dear friends. Feel the joy of freedom inside you, in every part of your body. that you are totally free to create a life of choices that you want. Teach your body that you are liberated. Feel it. And friends, come on. This is your chance to create, recalibrate your body to this new, enhancing, expanding emotions. Can you teach your body to be miraculous? How does it feel to be doing that uncommon? Be experiencing that unexpected. Come on, feel it. You are a miraculous being. Teach your body. Feel that emotion of being miraculous, experiencing that uncommon, that unexpected. Feel it, dear friends. Teach your body that it is a miraculous machine, that you create miracles in your life. How does it feel? Everything is a possibility in this unlimited quantum field. Come on, feel that you are experiencing a miraculous life. Remember, the more powerful your feelings are, the more powerful your belief, the more you are upregulating your genes and the more you're changing your state of being. Can you teach your body to be abundant? How does it feel to be worthy to receive that abundance into your life? Come on, feel that abundance of health, wealth, relationships, or whatever. Teach your body that you are worthy, you are eligible to receive that abundance into your life. Experience that abundance in your life, dear friends. Feel it. of that abundance in each and every cell of your body. Abundance is your birthright, dear friends. This is an infinite field of possibilities. Teach your body that your life is of abundance. Feel it. And can you teach your body that you are divine? How does it feel to be experiencing that unlimited, that infinite in every part of your body? That you are that mystical being, you are that divine, you are that whole. Teach your body to be divine, to experience the divinity in you. Feel it. That you are falling in love with life again, that you're kindling your passion again. Feel it, dear friends, that you're loving life again. Teach your body. Every thought, every feeling is energy. The stronger your feeling, dear friends, the more stronger your energy. Into this field, into your body, feel that emotions of unlimited, of divine. Friends, I want you to deeply rest and relax as you let your body to synthesize these energies. Every thought, every feeling is energy. Let your body synthesize these energies, and let's surrender this future to this quantum field, for it knows best to manifest at the right time and place for us. Relax. Can you breathe with me? Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Here, let's go. Hold your breath. Hold your breath for 5 seconds. Hold it. Hold it. Exhale. Feel that energy in your brain. That's energy. Relax into it. And slowly, I'd like you to lie down, dear friends, without disturbing your meditation. Those wanting to continue in the chair may do so. Lie down. on your back and feel the weight of your body on the floor. Relax. Take a comfortable posture, and I want you to deeply rest and relax and be a witness to everything you may experience. Find that moment of emptiness, and I want you to relax and drift away into this infinity. Drift away. Come back to your body. Stay where you are. Come back to your breath. It's time to finish in a state of gratitude. Place your hands over your heart. Place your hands over your heart and bless your body with a new mind. With these new feelings and emotions for a great new future. Your body is your temple. Bless it and love it into this new life. Recognize that your life be an extension of this new mind. Recognize that your past turns into wisdom, that you're no longer limited by your old emotion and belief. Bless your future that it be filled with your opportunity and adventure. Bless the challenges in your life that they initiate you into greatness. Come on, I want you to recognize the power in you. Come on, be that power. Elevate yourself to be that power, to be that consciousness. And then ask it to move through you. Ask it to become you. And then ask it to manifest this future for you and show evidence that this future is real for you. Move yourself with that energy of your consciousness. Express gratitude. Open up your heart and give thanks to this new life created by your new body and mind. The longer you feel gratitude for this new future, the more you draw those experiences into your life. Be grateful to all things and everybody, your family, your friends, your relatives, your colleagues, your parents, your teachers and mentors. Be deeply thankful to this grand nature, the birds, the fish and the animals, the things you use, the places you visit, all the systems, your companies and governments. Be grateful to yourself and to this intelligent universe for allowing you to create this magnificent future. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. And slowly, I want you to recollect your experiences from the session. Who have you become? What did you see? How did you feel? And whenever you're ready, you may keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then open your eyes and bring your awareness back to your whole new time and a whole new body in a whole new environment. feeling with certainty that this new future is unfolding for you at this very moment in a way that you least expect and imagine. Okay, dear friends. Hope you enjoyed that session. We'll meet back tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. again to do a second session. The homework for tomorrow is to think about what you want to achieve, right? Your goal. Of course, we're going to talk about the components of the goal and all the detail tomorrow, but think about something that you want to achieve. It can be becoming a mystic. Also, it can be experiencing that unknown, that feel, or being, understanding the truths of the universe. You can be anything, right? It can be that, it can be as simple as having a hike, whatever that is, finding a job, creating that health, healing yourself. So whatever is very important for you that you think you can really feel for it. So have that thought about it, and so we'll work on it tomorrow in our session from 5:30 onwards India time. Thank you very much. We'll, those of you joining our abundance program, of course, we're going to meet back at 6 a.m. tomorrow for our completing our 4th week. Otherwise, those of you joining this program, we'll see you in the evening. And then have a wonderful rest of the evening, or rest of the day for those in West. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have.
sharing tomorrow. Sharing and questions tomorrow. So bye everybody. Thank you.
Thank you all. We'll meet back tomorrow again.